Hey, this is gonna be a quick video. So essentially, I'm just gonna talk about what I did today because I thought that was relatively interesting. So woke up, had a TEDx meeting in the morning. So I joined the TEDx club here, and it actually functions under the TEDx organization. So it's a chapter in the school. Um, and what they do, they have like a student, basically just practice speeches. It's like yeah, it's basically TEDx. Some of the speeches or talks get recorded and get published on the actual TEDx page. I want to become like the technical manager there because the technical manager works with like the filming and the video editing stuff, which I think will be cool. I also want to do a speech there, so I was thinking there's three possible speeches I'll probably do. One was the one I already did in high school, was how to utilize your silence. I really like that one. Another one might be on AI. I think AI is just really cool. I really like all the different facets to it. Then the third one might be on how I feel like as a society, I think I've talked about this before, but as a society, I think um, we don't actually believe in a utopia or a utopia-like situation. I feel like a lot of the evils of our world we're so convinced they have to be there, right? That it's hard to imagine them not being there. I think, and I think I wonder why that is. Is that intentional? Is that just a coincidence? Is that just the way I also see it? As I also feel like a utopia would be nice, or even utopia narratives will be nice, in the sense that it gives people something to work towards. I was thinking about it recently because in school, a lot of the books you read are mostly dystopian, and a large reason for that is to show like, oh, maybe this is a bad consequence, or well, it's also easier to write in my opinion because writing a utopian book that actually has conflict is really difficult, but I don't think it's impossible. Um, but yeah, so you read dystopia books or books with like stuff that actually show our real world tragedies and problems. But you don't actually often or at all see books that are like utopia, like they say, okay, society should be like this. And I think that's something I personally like. I feel like as a whole, what would be really interesting if society had a shared vision to actually operate under and try and go towards, which is hard. But I feel like as a nation, maybe it's a bit easier. I kind of actually for the $7 scholarship, that was what my speech was about. But anyways, went to the TEDx thing, and then after that was a bit late. I had lunch, and then after that I just went to the. I walked to Cathedral of Learning, went up some floors, and I got this really cool view. Took a picture there, and then after I just went to Hillman Library, and I said I'm not leaving here until I apply for all the leadership stuff I want to apply for. So one was for the NSBE first year representative. The other one was for diversity, equity, and inclusion role. The student government organization. And the third one was for the Google Tech scholarship. And basically, it's just like they give you money to go to this a conference of your choice. You do like your top two choices. So it was really interesting. Funny enough, just a note on procrastination, originally like I saw this in like in August, but I was like, dang, I have to probably like plan it out because one of them 1,250 words. That's what I read initially. But funny enough, when I was there today, it was actually 1,250 characters. So it's much easier than I thought it was. So I guess just read everything carefully. That's what I'm doing now. That's I think that was something that was in my a detriment, especially in chemistry and my sophomore year. Cause like chemistry was my stuff, right? But what happened on the quizzes is that I'll read the instruction wrong and I'll mess up, and it was so annoying. Cause like I'll be thinking about, oh, I know all of this stuff. I'll be practicing, even like helping people here and there. But then when it came to the actual quiz, I'll just read the thing wrong, and then it'll mess me up. But besides that, I applied to all of them. The diversity, equity, and inclusion one I thought was cool because there's a lot of stuff I think you can do in that avenue, and it's actually something I want to take a more active role in. I feel like, especially in high school, I didn't take as much as an active role when it came to like the social diversity learning community. I probably got the acronym wrong. There are too many acronyms in my opinion. Um, but yeah, or DEIJ or diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. DEGI, or yeah, DEGI, so diversity, equity, justice, and inclusion. I didn't do as much as I wanted to with that one, and that was just because of schedule conflicts. So I actually want to take a more active role when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion in the state government here, because I do think there's a lot of space for to do a lot of cool stuff. I do think I also want to try building up our community, especially like the African community. I went to a meeting they had, and I was like, dang, this was like the undergraduates, and this was the graduates, and it was less than the one in less than the ASA. I was like ASA, African Student Association, in high school. And that just rubbed me the wrong way. I think maybe it was just like maybe not everyone was there. That's what I'm hoping. But even if that is not the case, I'm willing to work to build up that community. So yeah, those were the three stuff I applied for. Now it's pretty late at night, so I'm gonna eat some food. If the people in the living room, in the lounge, are still playing Switch, I might join or watch them. I'm really happy because now people can actually use the lounge TV because the HDMI stuff are working, which is really cool. Because it wasn't that hard to actually fix. It was just like you had to restart it, but I didn't want to restart it because I was like, oh wait, what if I mess up something? But after a while, I was just like trying different stuff and experimenting with the other two TVs. I was like, okay, restarting is the way to go. So I restarted the TV and then did that, and then the Wi-Fi thing works pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, so now that works, so people can do that. So in the nighttime, so in the night, I usually just go there and watch a movie, sign to Netflix and stuff like that. But after I do those social stuff, I think there's a legal problem I did not finish, which is bugging my mind every now and then. And it was basically a stock thing. So it was meant like you have a array, right? You have a list, and it's like imagine the numbers I'm about to say to you are stock prices. So you have one, two, and three. Ideally, you want to buy the stock when it's at one because that's the slowest in the list, right? And then you want to sell it at three, right? Because that's the highest. So you make the most profit. Your profit is going to be two because you bought it for $1 and then you sold it for $3. So you subtract profit. You know how profit works. Anyways, the idea is to do that, but now you have a lot of like to actually code a solution for that. Like you want to find the optimal time to buy and sell, but you can't buy like if you buy on day three, you can't sell on day one. That makes sense, obviously. So it's interesting. I'm just working on that. I think it's a fun one. Yeah, I found solutions for like a couple test cases, but the test cases are basically, I just gave you the numbers one, two, three, right? And the way LeetCode works is that to make sure your solution actually works, they give you like 250 test cases. So like one, two, three, that's an easy one. But what if it was two, two, three, right? Or what if it was just one? Or what if it was just two? And just as a heads up, or something I didn't say before, if there's no profit to be made, you just say zero. So yeah, that's the LeetCode problem I'm working on. It's an easy one. I think I want to start going into Medium, as I said before, because I feel like I need to start improving that more. Even though at this internship thing I'm doing, the ComSci Club is doing like this internship program. They said in their freshman year, I already talked about this again. Basically, they didn't get as many technical questions. Even I still want to grind that. I think it's just good for me as a programmer as well to also start like going more into data structures and algorithms and stuff like that. And hash maps seem less confusing. I feel like I don't know. I like being more comfortable in like the coding stuff and all like the confusing terms, just much like math, become much simpler. I guess like when you don't understand it, like they're just like they seem like these terrifying ideas and concepts, but like when you actually work with them, it's like oh wow. Like the integral symbol is something I don't. I used to be like oh dang this is like some sci-fi term, but it's pretty simple. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say. Besides that, I got nothing else to say. So just because I really want to talk about it. So another cool thing with the diversity, equity, and inclusion thing I was thinking of was this culture Olympics where you have these different culture groups and they do different games, and this have to be a replica of the Olympics, but it have like similar stuff. So soccer, basketball, spike, but even have some unconventional games like pickleball, have dodgeball, have some e-games like Super Smash Bros. Or Chase Tag. And it's just really this really fun event where we get everyone to show up. And it could be like a week in the spring. And then another cool event I did was like a cook-off, stuff like that. So that's why I'm really excited for this diversity, equity, and inclusion role. If I can get it, hopefully I pray. But yeah, okay, besides that, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.